This message is for Leo. We're going to take a look and see how do they feel about you, dear Leo. I hope all is well and that you are doing well. So let's start with our opening energy. Divine may have three best cards for how does the energy regarding how our Leo's lover feels about them. We got a lot of cards. I'm going to take these two. These two fail, though. Karmic, not today. Okay. And what were the other two here? Karmic relationship and not today. Well, normally I don't do this, but go on, keep the party going. So 5 cards, and 5s are about expansion, conflict, and change. And there may be a switch up, hence why you're here, dear Leo, trying to understand how they feel about you. So let's just go. Let's see what the divine has in store for the messages. So starting off, top 3, we have kisses, the golden mirror, and the sword and the rose. So kisses, unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. Then we have golden mirror, self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. This is in the environment. And then we have in the spiritual realm, sword and the rose, clarify, or clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, and honor, protection, and power. I feel like this is what they're showing you on the surface. This is how they're showing up underneath it. What's hidden: not today, not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call, person, boundaries, still angry, and then karmic relationship, fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. There is somebody that is still in their energy that they're dealing with. And that may be why you're here, dear Leo, regarding trying to figure out how they're feeling about you. Something has switched up recently in their energy, because we have here this golden mirror and this karmic relationship. These two are tied. Well, they're behaving in a self-absorbed manner, and they have narcissistic energy. Not necessarily that they're a narcissist, but they have narcissistic energy. Everything is about them right now. Everything is one-sided. And then when they notice that you're getting upset or angry, or you begin to question them, just having common sense, asking common sense questions, there is this energy of them saying that they need time or space. You're not supporting them, and like a gaslighting energy. And then they love bomb the crap out of you when they feel you do what Leos do, like pull away. Okay, well, you know what? I could take it or leave it. Right now, I'm going to leave it, and they don't want you to leave it. But at the same time, there's something going on, and this not today, not dealing, hurt, and they're not wanting to deal with these 3 things at the center, because this is all energy that's rotating in the environment. Now, here's how you know them with the kisses and the sword and the rose as well, in terms of clarity, truth, honor, protection, power. And then this is how you feel with them energetically, your vibes with each other. And then mentally, unconditionally loving, giving, receiving affection, falling in love. That is how you guys started things out. And it was really going well until these 3 things happened at the center, with your 3 components in the environment that's going on. Okay. There's some type of weakness that they have with a past person, it looks like. But let's get into the details, my dear. Take some deep breaths for me. Open mind, open heart. Ready to receive the information. Let's get to the details. Divine, may I have 6 best cards for this situation, please, at this time? Some more details. 3 of Cups. Page of Wands. Ace of Swords in reverse. Hermit. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Tricky, tricky. Smoke and mirrors, tricky, tricky. That karmic relationship is a slippery one. Message coming in is just, is someone that they've never taken seriously. But this person doesn't, it's kind of in the reverse. And this is, let me see. Divine, give me the best way to explain this, please. So the person that they find themselves in a karmic connection with is not, they're not the abuser here. They're being abused. Now, let's pull that apart for a second. They're not the aggressor. They're the prey, right? They're being preyed upon. The person that they deal with is a predator, in the sense that this person only comes around and disrupts them when and if they find this person is in a relationship, and the other person that's the karmic is an attention whore. And this person, they use that your person to pump them up and make them feel important and precious when they're being dogged out by the trolls and tramps that the person deals with, that their karmic relationship deals with. This person comes to steal, kill, and destroy, that they find themselves attracted to. Now, more than likely, this person is a Hellcat in the bedroom, and this is that weakness for your person, and they're probably really, really in some type of way desirable. And your person may be an everyday, a plain Jane or a plain Joe, meaning that they're not unattractive or anything like that, but they're not swagalicious. You know what I mean? They're not that kind. They don't have the juice that way. They're absolutely a good person, absolutely attractive and good looking, like arrestingly so, like, damn. But they're very unaware of it. They do not put that up front, right? They're a good person first, and they find second. They lean on their attractiveness or anything. They don't put much weight on that. But when they clean up, they can hang a suit, honey. Or when they clean up, they put them heels on. It's, hey, they closing things down. But any other time you see them, it's like Superman and Clark Kent type energy. You see what I'm saying? When you know. But your person wants to prey upon them and constantly seduce them and try to get them. And when they see that your person is happy or in a relationship, they always show up and try to snatch them and pull them away, like a Jezebel spirit kind of energy, or a Don Juan, like, I don't want you until you with somebody, you're dealing with somebody. Then I'll come in and destroy the relationship, still kill and destroy, and then when that's over with, I'll toss you to the wayside until you're doing something again. It's about the chase. It's about the hunt for that person. They want to destroy things. Now, doesn't make it any better or worse, but that is the main messages coming in. And your person is not strong enough and does not in any way try to stop that from happening. They always believe that this person is really wanting to be with them, and because that's what the hustle is. That's how this person, that karmic person, seduces them by saying that, I don't know why, I just don't choose to be with you, or you're just too good for me, and all sorts of stuff like that. And then right back in that web of crazy. So starting off is this Three of Cups. You may have already met this person, and they come in as this is my friend, right? And they have this whole little secret society type thing going on. Okay, so it's weird. It's one of them things. Not weird, but it's an interesting dynamic. Let's say it that way. And you may have met this person. And they've been told that this is a very good friend of theirs. The Page of Wands and the Ace of Swords, they always kind of come in and kind of hang out, like not necessarily a third wheel energy, but maybe in the very beginning when you guys were first starting to get together, this person hung out a lot, and you felt like this person was like their sounding board, and they just wanted to get to know you and make sure that you were a good person, because your person is really, for all intents and purposes, up front, a very cool and good person. And so you could see how they have a best friend that wants to come in and kind of make sure that the person that they're dealing with is on the up and up and good enough for them, et cetera, because your person is such a golden boy or a golden girl, right? So they want to make sure that their friend is dealing with someone that's up to par, right? Or above or over par, right? No, under par. under par if we're using a golf analogy. Us under par. But anyway, disregard. Moving on. Ace of Swords in reverse with the Hermit card here. So then all of a sudden, things flipped a little bit and this person disappeared. Okay, they stopped hanging out as much. Even you were getting a bit attached to them and wanting them to hang out and everything else, but then they started to pull away. This person has been in the relationship since the beginning. The Ace of Swords is in reverse, and now there has been deception here. They're not telling you the complete and total truth in terms of their history and their background. And for all intents and purposes, when you see them together, there was no red flags in terms of them having any flirtatious energy, extra hugging and touching, making little inside jokes or anything. Like, it was none of that. It was nothing for you to even consider them more than anything but friends. Okay. I'm not one who believes that a man and a woman cannot be friends. I really do. Well, I live it. So, but there's also, we never really know the true history unless somebody tells us, or it's just, sometimes it just slips through, it slips out in terms of the interactions when you see people together. It's there. But these two have a very different type of dynamic. And it's really because the person, the other person in the relationship, this third wheel, they really do control and dominate this person. And so they always take, your person is like a little puppy around this person, takes the lead. Almost like a dom and submissive type of relationship. They live to satisfy and keep the dom pleased. And so, yeah. Interesting. Now, this Wheel of Fortune is Three of Pentacles in reverse. Right now, this person is coming in to interrupt your person's fortune in terms of the relationship they've been building with you, Leo. They're disrupting that now. That's why you're seeing the switch up in the energy and the loyalty, and everything is beginning to switch up and change. They used to be all reliable, and now they can't even return a phone call at the proper time, or they're canceling plans at the last minute. Like, this third person is very much privy to everything that's going on in the relationship. Like, they may even be sending screenshots of the conversations that you two are having to this person, and they're getting direction of how to handle things with you from this person. Like, this person is heavily involved. Unknown to you, but they have been in this Three of Pentacles in reverse, and now this person is coaching this person how to pull back from you, hence this Hermit card energy that you're feeling from this person. Wasn't expecting this today, Leo. But here, this is what we're here for. We get to get this information so you can, help you to think things through and get things clear. What's going on with this Wheel of Fortune? That's Three of Pentacles in reverse. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, see? Seven of Pentacles in reverse. They're really instructing your person to pull back on the work now, because of the fact that they see that your relationship with them is really growing into something great, and this person is all of a sudden getting a backbone, and they're getting confident, and they're getting self-esteem, and it's not given to them by this dominant person to them. It's coming about them naturally. Like, you're awakening that in them and bringing out the best in them, Leo, which gives them a backbone and ability to make a choice and think for themselves when it comes to this romantic love and romantic interaction. And that can't happen. This person must have them. It's trying to devour them. So now they're putting their foot down a bit. And the only way they can really do that is to get this person away from you. Your person away from you that you're here about. So let's see. How is this affecting you? That flipped out in the pre-shuffle. The Temperance. I was wondering if it was going to show up in the reading. Hangman. Lovers. Message came in coming in when I was pulling these was stand and fight or walk away. And it would really depend upon how much value you've placed on this relationship and this person and how they affect your life. So here is where, with Temperance, you're trying to be patient and not allow your thoughts to run away with you. Definitely respected by me. You don't want to jump the gun. This may have recently started, like say within the last 30 or a month or two, that this person's energy is beginning to shift so dramatically that you're here today. And you've been as patient as possible. You're trying to find the middle ground. Luckily for them and for you, you have a lot of other awesome things going on in your life at this time. So you give this a situation is just due and attention, but you're also working hard to distract yourself and not allow your thoughts to run away with you. The hangman is here where at the center between temperance and the lovers is where you're really trying to give everything the benefit of the doubt. You don't want to turn into that roaring lion. You want to be a gentle beast. You don't want to be, you try to be Carol fucking, not Carol Baskins. Well, maybe. The Tiger King. Carol fucking Baskin. But you don't want to be the Tiger King right now. You want to keep your cool like Carol Baskins, say what you want. All you cool cats and kittens. That's what you want to do. You don't want to necessarily turn into the Tiger King. But you're wavering because you're getting irritated by the lies and the deception that this person is trying to pull wool over your eyes. And you're like, what kind of sucker chump you think I am that I don't see the shift? Now, the lovers is here where you found yourself. Now that this person's energy is shifting, you really feel that you're feeling the connection strong and deeply with this lover's energy where you really do care for them. And you're like, oh, I really do love this person. Like it's really brought that to your attention. Like first, you really like them and you care about them and all of that stuff. And then it's that moment when you realize, oh no, there's more than that. It's deeper than that. And again, and that's the reason, that's what's triggering this other person to come in and try to just boom, put up this huge blockade and draw this person back into them before they lose what they have with this person. And in their own way, in a twisted way, they love your person too, but they have a whole different thing going on with that. In terms of what love means to them, romantic love anyway, and how they handle relationships. This person their whole situation is very different. It's not good, it's not bad or anything. It's just different. And this is a separate life that I feel like your person didn't tell you about. It's almost like it's a specific niche when it comes to it's a different niche. And you didn't know about it. Nobody knows about it really. That's why that relationship is very specific for those of y'all that you know. And you already know what I'm saying. If you don't, you'll figure it out. The Seven of Swords with the Eight of Wands in reverse. You know that the communication they're leaving things out. Like they're not a good liar. Okay. Again, this person has a certain level of innocence or naivete. And being with you, they were book smart, but you're giving them the game. They're becoming very street smart with you. Okay, they put that book knowledge and that real world knowledge together, and it's pissing this other person off, and that's why they're running interference to the point of disruption and to the point of they're mounting up their battle with this person, but it's not easy because this lover's energy is present between the two of you all. Love is not easily defeated, not real love. And it's the first time this person has ever really felt respected and heard and that they matter. They've never been, this relationship again feels like a submissive and dominant relationship, and they've always been in service to, and in this situation is equal and fair partnership. So there's a lot of things that are contributing to this other person's try to rise to power again, to try to do what they normally do, disrupt things. But it's not going to be easy this time because this person now is in contact with you and in your energy, and your energy is very powerful. They're not just going to be able to crack it and just move out the way. It's not going to happen like that. The attraction is very serious, and the love is growing here with this lovers and this hangman, and that's why you're trying to hang tight and see if this person is as smart as you think they are and going to be able to overcome this. In terms of the relationship, though, it doesn't feel like you guys are at a place of commitment yet, like it's exclusive, especially not now. But again, this whole thing has made you realize how much you do care for them. Okay, so let's see. What is the divine guidance here? Divine guidance. May I have 4 cards, please? 4 of Cups. Chariot in reverse. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. 2 of Swords upright. Try not to allow yourself to get in your feelings here and try to look for things to, because what you're going to do at this particular point is time to start being defensive, right? And to go on defense and start to look back at things that have pissed you off. Perhaps there's been 3 serious things that have occurred that they failed to show up for, and they've betrayed your trust, or they've lied, or whatever the case may be. If you do that, that's going to close you off. You do know that there is someone else that's involved and that's causing this disruption. So it's time to have a direct conversation and to do it with love and care. That's what the universe is offering you. That's what the divine is saying. Like, do not focus on these cups that are turned over. That has already happened. The past is the past. Learn from it, gain wisdom from it, and it's guiding you towards the questions that you really need to ask. Before you ask those questions, I want you to drink from this cup of love, care, compassion, and concern, and empathy, and try to understand what this person is. That does not mean that you guys are going to come out and miss everything's going to be happily ever after, but it is about how you're going to conduct yourself during the process. We do not lower our standards and become some bottom feeder or aggressive person because somebody is entangled with somebody else's energy. That's too much. That's going to get on you. That's going to affect you in ways that it doesn't need to. We don't need to pick up their shit. We need to put it down. Okay? So it is up to you. We walk in the room with 2 buckets, gasoline and water. You can douse the fire, make sure it's out, and so it doesn't burn out of control. Or you can throw the gasoline on it and let it let everything go up in smoke, including yourself. Because what if you can't get out of the way quick enough? What if you didn't notice that there was a little leak in the bucket, and now the gasoline, you thought it was just in the bucket, and you toss it, and it's also on you, and then you're set afire. Let's not risk that. Just throw some water on it. Love, compassion, care. Douse it. Let them deal with what they're dealing with. You want to deal with that? You love them. You falling in love with them. Cool. But we don't fall into stupid. We don't fall into lowering standards. Those are choices. Okay? Chariot in reverse asks you to slow down and listen to the divine energy is in you and surrounding you. To look at the divinity within them and say, and have some compassion for their situation. Like, dang. You got somebody that's got you under the hook like that. They under you under their thumb like that. I don't even know if that's not attractive. Because it could be about you being in competition and you're trying to beat this opponent that is invisible. For you, they're invisible. They don't matter who are they, right? If you start focusing on trying to win, you're going to lose yourself. Okay? It has to be a win-win. And your person has to make the decision. Okay? And you're worth that. You're worth the if they can't make a choice, then no. And do you think this person and it doesn't appear that other person gonna go quietly into that good night. They're just gonna keep coming. Okay, so the Chariot card is asking you to slow things down a bit. Your passions are leading you. That lion. Okay, but do not allow this person to tame that, right? Because if they can get you chasing them, not hunting, but chasing, that's a different story. You'll fall into a snare. Slow it down. Ask the divine for guidance. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Begin to pull back your resources and your attention and your energy, everything that's associated with you, and allow this person and starve them out. Okay? But not in a game way. Just, things are just shifting and changing, and I don't really like your attitude and how you're handling things lately. You've been unreliable. Your communication has been, shit. And I just really think, it's time to take a break so I can really evaluate what I want to do in your language. But basically that. Like, there's no need to be like, I'm just not going to talk to you because you acting stupid. No, tell them why. Be specific. Give them options. These are the things that you're doing that are causing me disruption, and you're disappointing me. I don't like to be disappointed, especially not with basic things. These things, once you take your time out, take some time out. Think about it. Because obviously your energy is shifting and changing. Maybe there's somewhere else you want to be. I'm not in the business of keeping people that don't want to be kept. So figure out where you want to be. And until that happens, I'm calling my energy and my power back to me. And then the Two of Swords is where, at that point, when you begin to reflect and pull back to yourself, Two of Swords, you'll have to make your decision between head and heart. Perhaps you'll balance the two, perhaps not. But right now, you need to allow the divine energy to come in to help you see everything clearly, make sense of everything for yourself in your way that you need to see it and be spoken to. And then you'll come to a peaceful place. You'll decide whether or not you want to proceed with this person and really have that discussion and break everything down with them about what's going on and what you see. Or you'll decide to just say, let it go and see how they're going to do. What are they going to do? How are they going to handle things? Because ultimately it is a decision of theirs as well. They have to at some point cut this person off, or just fully be with this person, or just be hanging out until this person want to deal with them. Okay? All right, my dear. So Leo, a tough one, but a necessary one, obviously. I appreciate you. I hope the messages are helpful for you. And remember, back then is not now. Always be in harmony with your surroundings. Stay sucker free. Hope to see you again.